Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 234, where we're first picking a Fairy Vandal with a very rushed start here because I had a technical difficulty there at the first little bit. But yes, this is the final Throne of Eldraine draft, unfortunately. I've been loving the format. I'm really sad to see it go. But next Saturday, we're going to be a couple of videos deep in the Theros Beyond Death set review. Following up that Fairy Vandal, we get a Trail of Crumbs, which I've never really liked in Limited. It's so much of a hassle to actually get going. I do like this Embereth Shieldbreaker. It's not really a synergy pick, though, but this pack as a whole is just not looking terribly great. We've got an Errant, a Mystical Dispute. I'm honestly slightly feeling the Mystical Dispute more, but I think the Embereth Shieldbreaker is just better. Because, of course, we don't know that we're going to go off with this card. Let's take the Shieldbreaker. But not a great start to this draft. Not my favorite. We've got a Scalding Cauldron if we want to stay open. Beyond that, we've got a Vantress Paladin, a Vision, another pretty bad pack. I think we just take the Cauldron and stay open here. Escape to the Wilds, I like it. It just costs slightly too much, and it is slightly not for the format, so we'll just take this Cauldron and stay open. Well, following that, we get an Emry, fourth pick. And we already have a Cauldron. We could try to do some fun stuff here with Emry. There's a Witching Well as well. Yeah, we can go with this. We can go with this. She might even be worth a dollar or two still. Probably not, but we could do a check. She is worth a whopping 64 cents. Yeah, so we'll pick her up, hopefully get that Witching Well back around, and I think we have a little bit of a plan here. So we can recast any artifacts that are sitting in our graveyard, so we're going to be looking for artifacts. Now, Sorcerer's Broom is an artifact, and I wouldn't mind recasting it, but there is just a So Tiny sitting here, which is one of the best blue commons, so we're just going to pick up the So Tiny, cut blue a little bit, or attempt to. There's still two blue cards here that are totally okay. But yeah, well, let's see if we can approach a plan. I don't know if we'll end up in blue-white artifacts. The payoffs are fine. Flutterfox isn't awful, but they're also just not 100% there. Not exactly the way I would want them to be. There's a Fires of Invention. That's also a very fun card, but I don't know that that's what we're doing here. There's a Trapped in a Tower if we do want to push into blue-white. But I mean, maybe we could have a whole lot of fun, right? Maybe we could just be like blue-red, draw cards, also artifact stuff. Let's have some real fun. Let's take this Fires of Invention. So with Fires of Invention, obviously, we're not going to be looking for combat tricks, or sorry, no, well, obviously, yes, no combat tricks, but what I meant to say was no counter spells. We're going to be looking for activated abilities on cards like Merchant of the Veil, cards to let us draw to refill our hand. Lock Dragon is fantastic, but there's also a Scorching Dragonfire in this pack. Oh, man, the Lock Dragon might actually be better here. Because it is just like so desperately what we want with the fires. We can discard artifacts and recast them with Emry. Oh, hard. That hurts. I'm going to take the Lock Dragon. Well, there's the Merchant that I really want. There's also a Red Cap melee, which might be better. Yeah, you know what? We can get a Merchant. I'm confident of that fact. So we'll take this Red Cap melee. And I do need to turn this light down a little bit, if I can, without knocking the softbox off. Is that turning it down? That's not turning it down. What about that way? Neither of those ways did anything. We have a Corridor Monitor, which maybe we'd play. It's an artifact, right? It's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, we'll pick it up. There's a Blow Your House Down or a Mistford River Turtle. I don't really want either of these. I'm going to play with this light for a little bit. There we go. Turned way down. Let's put the Mistford River Turtle in the sideboard. Vantress Paladin is fine. We may adamant it. It could be that we are actually pretty heavy blue, splash red for fires, and red cap. Embereth Paladin, I think Vantress is the better payoff. Notably, not a bird. That's a really late Flutterfox. I'm going to pick it up just in case red disappears, although red was actually looking super open. But I'm not going to miss either of those cards. So it takes the fox. Unexplained Visions we can play. It'll be very helpful with fires to refill our hand. Shining Armor, nope. Mountain, nope. All right, that was a fun pack one. We have a path before us. So now we've just got to figure out if we can continue down that path. And then we just take a questing beast instead. That's got to be worth $1 or $2, right? Maybe like 17 of those dollars. Come on, card hoarder, you can do it. It is worth 9 of those dollars. So we're going to take $9 because why wouldn't we? Maybe we get lucky and this Lock Dragon actually comes back around. This one was relatively late. If it doesn't, we might get the Cauldron back. But again, I doubt it. But worst comes to worst, I think we get the Merchant back. But let's take most of a draft. This looks like a fun deck. This looks like a really fun deck. Fairy Vandal obviously works great with the Lock Dragon. Unexplained Visions will get a counter on it. I like where this is going. Just don't horribly cut me. Don't horribly cut me. A folio with a Secret Keeper and an egg. There's so much I want here. I guess we're going to take the folio. I think it still just works with what we're doing. You know, it's something to spend our mana on when we're not spending our mana on spells because of the fires. Folio is probably better than the first Secret Keeper. The egg I do really want, but yeah, let's take that folio. Well, there's a Witching Well, which I'm pretty happy with. Get to recur it with Emery, get to put a counter on this, get to spend mana on stuff and refill our hand. And it's better than a Fling, it's better than a Mantle, and the rest of this pack is not for us. Tome Raider looks pretty good to me. Probably better than the Vantress Paladin. And we're not really an Ogre Errant deck or a Bargain deck, so let's take that Tome Raider. And it does look like we're going to end up pretty heavy blue with much less red, but that's fine. We just need the red for the fires and the removal. I'd really like to see some Charm Sleeps, more So Tinies. Interestingly, don't want counter spells. Overwhelmed Apprentice or a Mad Ratter. It's probably got to be the Mad Ratter here. That's a blue-red payoff for us, and we have the repeatable card draw already, as well as additional card draw, and it's just better than Overwhelmed Apprentice. This card's not good. But this deck looks fun. I'm hoping it plays as fun as it looks. Here, nothing. We get another Corridor Monitor. Maybe we play it. Hopefully we don't. I don't terribly want to be playing the first one, but I've also not hated the card. It's been fine. Into the Story, Tome Raider. I think we'll just take another Tome Raider. Into the Story is so expensive if you don't get it turned on, and even if you do get it turned on, you've got to jump through hoops to actually get there. So I think I'm happy with the first Tome, or the second Tome Raider over the first Into the Story. But card draw has been solved for that Fires of Invention. Didn't say please. We might play one. It's not dead if we don't draw Fires of Invention. In that case, it's great. So we'll play one. I just don't want to load up on counter spells if our plan is the Fires. This is the pack where I really wanted that Merchant back and we didn't get it. So I guess we're on the Steel Gaze Griffin, but hopefully we don't have to play that. But hey, with Questing Beast and Emery, we're at $10. We've already paid for almost all of the draft. All right, well, nobody's in the mill deck. Nobody at all is in the mill deck. So I guess we're in the mill-ish deck. We're in like the mill / put up a bunch of big butted things and eventually win in the air. Which is not 100% how I typically play Magic, but we'll see how it goes. That should mean that we can get any and all Secret Keepers in pack 3. I just don't know if we'll see any. Statistically, you see, I think it's 0.1 copy per pack. So we theoretically will see 0.8 more copies of it. We've got a Mantle, which I don't really want. We can play a Jousting Dummy. It's just a dumb creature. It can jump and return off of Emery. So it's not the worst thing in the world. But this gives us pack 3 to polish this deck, because otherwise it's built. We'll take a Vantress Paladin. I don't want the Stormcrow, or whatever the hell it was called. Wishful Merfolk, no. Vantress Paladin, yeah, I don't really want to play 2 of these. But we'll see. Lockthwain Gargoyle, nope. Powerful, nope. If I could just somehow get a Cavalier of Gales from a different set. Let's take this Forest. All right, one-time Oko. I'd also really like a Golden Egg still. Yeah, Golden Egg would be the best. Bone Crusher Giant would be the best. Yeah, we'll take a Bone Crusher Giant. Over a Hypnotic Sprite, it looks like. We don't want the Griffin. We don't want this Griffin. We do not want Queen of Ice. It is just so much worse than it should have been. Nope. Yeah, I guess we're just on Bone Crusher. Totally solid card. And also probably worth upwards of $1 whole American dollar. Maybe. 4 whole American dollars. Well, there's the Scorching Dragonfire that I passed way back in pack 1. There's also a So Tiny, but, well, man, the So Tiny might even... Yeah, I think the So Tiny is actually just going to be better than Scorching Dragonfire. That's wild. Yeah, let's take that So Tiny. Let's cut one of these Vantress Paladins. Or the Griffin. This is always, well, almost always a 3/3. This is only sometimes a 4/4. Yeah, let's cut that. Well, we could take a Gadwick and we could just push heavy mono blue. Let's take that Gadwick. Cutting one of these Corridor Monitors. Or just the Jousting Dummy. These chump better. These live longer. Well, there's another Lock Dragon and a Secret Keeper. Oh, I don't like having to make choices here. I honestly don't think we are the Secret Keeper mill deck, just because we don't have any runaway togethers. Oh, another Mad Ratter too. Holy moly. I think we are the Lock Dragon deck though, because we have the Mad Ratter, we have the Fairy Vandal. We need to be refilling our hands if we do ever drop that Fires of Invention. So let's take the Lock Dragon and let's cut the Ember Shieldbreaker. We'll side it in if we need to. Another So Tiny. Pretty happy with that. We could cut one of these Vantress Paladins now. What I'm really looking for is still one of those eggs, and I just don't know if we're going to find it. Fairy Vandal's definitely a pickup that we want here. I think over the Didn't Say Please, to be honest. Yeah, this is a weird deck, but I think it might do some work. Hypnotic Sprite is cute. It's a counterspell that if we do have the Fires of Invention down, at least we can still just play a 2/1 if we draw it. There is another Witching Well. There's a Moonlit Scavengers. We might not be getting enough value off of Emery. We're returning a Witching Well and a Cauldron. Yeah, we might not be getting enough value. Although, I mean, it's still value enough. We're going to take this Hypnotic Sprite. Not sure if we're going to cut anything for it. We're taking this Charm Sleeve, and we're definitely cutting something for that. Probably the other Vantress Paladin. Nothing we want here. Take a Queen of Ice, but we still need a cut. We still need a cut. Yeah, probably one of these Corridor Monitors. All right, so let's take this Queen. Take the Turtle. Take the Paladin. But yeah, this it came back. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I mean, we do have 3 So Tinies. We do want to make sure that those are turned on. We probably do play this Secret, the Secret Keeper. But that requires another cut. So maybe it is just the Emery. Maybe it is just Emery. I think it is just Emery. Yeah, let's cut Emery. Because yes, recurring Cauldron for 4 mana to Lightning Bolt something would be nice, but if my opponent is green, it doesn't work out. If they're some red cards, it doesn't work out well. Although maybe Emery's just better than the Sprite. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stick with Emery. I think her upside's a little bit too high. So we'll go with that, and it'll be like an 11-7 deck. Might even be like a 12-6. 11-6, that's math. That is math. Yeah, let's go with 11-6. And this deck looks fun. Let's give it a go. I'm excited for this deck to be final deck. I guess it is vaguely a mill deck, which we've done, I think, the last 3 weeks in a row. But this one's a lot different. A lot different than the ones we've seen before. So we'll see how long it takes to get back in. Obviously, oh, there we go. The leagues are slowing down as people are moving on to Cube, getting tired of Cube, moving on to other games entirely, waiting for Theros to come out. We'll see if we can even get this opponent to show up. They clicked Plague Match. There we go. We found him. All right. So let's draw well. Let's not have 13 lands like last week. Last week was possibly unprecedented for how many lands we had. We start with almost all of our red cards. So perfect. All we have to do is draw a mountain. We'll keep this. We can't not. It's fine enough that we'll deal. My opponent took a while. It's because they were chatting to us. Pleasant people. Ooh. Everything is perfect. All right, let's pass the turn. And also, I need to pause the download of a game that is downloading. All right, so we're going to lead into nothing this turn, I guess. We're just going to drop that mountain past the turn. Okay, well, we were never going to have problems with red. We're going to get that fires down, which means we're really just looking for more card draw. Tome Raider is obviously the first step. Heraldic Banner. Okay, well, there's something that I'm interested in blowing up. Using it to fix. Using it to fix. Okay. So we'll probably just... Will we Tome Raider here? Or do we want to hold up that Bone Crusher Giant / Cauldron? Yeah, I guess we'll just Tome Raider because we'll Fires and Lock next turn. Good old Fire and Lock. Mystic Sanctuary tapped. Opponent is on the slow game. Also, only 3 cards in hand. They must have mulled. All right, time to get going. Let's attack in for 1. And time to play a standard deck here. Man, I almost wonder if I should try to play around a mystical dispute, but let's not. The odds have got to be so low. There we go. And yeah, let's drop this for free. Pitch. Honestly, the red cap melee, I think, because we do want that 5th land in order to Unexplained Visions. They're going to draw a couple of cards, sure thing. We will pitch the red cap melee. Cool. Cool. So that's going to be an Unexplained Visions next turn, and then maybe the Charmed Sleep, or maybe the Bone Crusher Giant, or maybe Stomp. We're going to have mana up for Scalding Cauldron. And things look good. What you got, opponent? You have a Sage. Sure. We are going to fly over that for sure. Just fly all the way over. So they've refilled their hand. They're at 6 cards, 5 cards now. They pitch an Enchanted Carriage. Fair. Fair. All right. Well, we are going to smashy. And are we going to rummage? I don't think we're going to rummage, actually. We actually really like all these cards. So maybe we should have Unexplained Visions first. Yeah, we probably should have Unexplained Visions first. All right, let's cast this without Adamant, because I do want the Scalding Cauldron online. Mad Ratter, heck yeah. Or do we want to drop that? Maybe we want to drop that next turn, actually. I think we might want to drop that next turn so that it doesn't get immediately blasted. So yeah, let's drop this Monitor instead. Untapping the Lock Dragon. And we'll pass the turn. So we've got Scaldron up. We get to blow something up if they play it. So Tiny must be used at sorcery speed. We'll have to keep that in mind. But otherwise, this feels pretty decent. We just need to find another Lock Dragon, something else in the air. Ventress Paladin, well, we'll definitely blow that up. You best believe we'll blow that up. I'm guessing we're going to be walking into like an Insatiable Appetite here or something. Nope. Sure wasn't. All right, well, we don't need any more lands on the battlefield, which means we get to rummage them away. Opponent might be wondering what happened there, is my guess. They thought perhaps I couldn't activate that at instant speed. So we'll smash in for 4. We will rummage away this island. We will get some rats. We will get another island. Hurrah. And then I think we might just Charm Sleep that Sage. Get it tapped down so that my future rat can get in. I was really hoping we would have drawn something else. So yeah, let's Charm Sleep that Sage. And pass the turn. We could have played a land there, but oh well. Opponent with another Mystic Sanctuary, but still no ability to return. Well, they didn't have anything to return anyways. And they give up, which is reasonable, because we were somewhat dominating. We were going to have a Gadwick cast him for 3. Yeah, so let's go on into game 2. So I think between the banner and the something else, the carriage, I've seen enough to bring in Shieldbreaker. I don't hate bringing that in. And we can cut out, honestly, the Emery, I think. We didn't see enough to even recur the Scalding Cauldron to make it worthwhile, so let's cut Emery. Bring in that Shieldbreaker. Let's hop on into game 2. And let's hope it goes that well again. All we have to do is get that Fires on 4 and things get a little bit nutty. Well, there's the Fires. This is one of the riskiest keeps ever. I need to check some numbers on this. So we have a population of 33 cards in our deck. We have 16 lands sitting in there. We want to know the odds of drawing 2 of those lands in the next 3 cards, which will be turn 2. 47%. 67 that we'll have our 3rd land by turn 3. Or wait, turn 3 is what we're looking for, right? Turn 3 we'll have our... By turn 4, it's 67% that we'll have our 3rd land. It's too risky. It's too risky, because we can play a Cauldron, and then even if we get our 2nd land, we can just Bonecrusher Giant. It's the 3rd land where we can finally Bonecrusher Giant and hopefully Tome Raider. I'm rolling the dice. I'm rolling the dice. Don't do what I do. Don't do what I do. It's ill-advised. It's very ill-advised. If this was on the play, it was an obvious instantaneous scoop. Or mull, not scoop. It's not that bad. But on the draw, there's so much that could happen here. And even being off a turn might be okay, especially given how slow our opponent was. And they mulled as well. Damn it. We would have got there. We would have got there. Now the odds are real bad. Real bad. Real bad. Oh, why'd you have to show me those 2 cards? All right, let's take one. Island. Damn it. We would have got there. Now I think we just die. I think we are dead as dead can be. Oh, our opponent's missing land as well? Oh. Alright, we're going to have to pitch this Witching Well, I think. Our opponent's missing land as well. We would have ruined them in this game. Because at this point we would have had a Tome Raider, we would have drawn this Witching Well, which means this turn we would have been drawing our 4th land? No. Yeah. We would have done pretty darn well. That is wild. That is wild. Main phase combat trick, just because. Taken 3. Oh, there's the land, which means now we've got Bonecrusher Giant up and or Fairy Vandal. If they hit a land and just play this Carver, well, they're not playing the Carver. So I think we'll flash in the Vandal so that we can stop taking damage here. Turn that volume down. Alright, so that's step 1. Step 2 is going to be draw a land and play Tome Raider. And nope. Alright, well, we've got another Vandal up. We get to attack in with this one. We have Bonecrusher still to kill this Carver. So I'll actually gladly take 1 and kill the Carver. Ooh, they hit another land, though. We might see something much bigger. Just going to play the Carver. Okay, we will take 1 for sure. And we will shoot that Carver. Jesus. All right, well, we're going to hit in for 1. We're going to play this Vandal. And boy, when we draw our 3rd land on turn 8, it's going to be good. We are almost through half of our deck, and we haven't seen a 5th land. All right, so they loot. They pitch a forest, sure thing. They're going to attack in for 1. We're going to play another Vandal. We are going to block. 1 land here, and it would be so good. Thank you. All right, let's get a couple of counters. Okay, now we're going to kind of go off a little bit. I'm just going to pass the turn. I'm kind of done attacking for the moment. That Fires of Invention is going to be huge. We get to Fires into a Tome Raider into more counters. This is a pain, but we can find our Charm Sleep. I guess we're actually not going to do that Tome Raider, are we? I think we're going to do this Lock Dragon instead. Can we just Ratter? No, I think we Ratter next turn. So yeah, let's drop the Lock Dragon. And I think we pitched, yeah, we definitely pitched the Shield Breaker. Hey, we just win. I can't believe that. So we were going to draw an island, and then we were going to draw a bunch. Cool. Wow. Oh, that was kind of crazy. Shows you that you can keep 1-landers sometimes and still win. And we would have won a million turns sooner if they hadn't have milled those 2 lands off the top. Can't believe how... So our deck was land. So that was 9 cards. That puts us at 31. And it was another 9 cards, I think, until we saw another land or something like that. Something nutty. But we got there. We're 1-0 with a deck that I really enjoy. So let's play again. Play first. 1-lander, but a much different 1-lander. Witching Well lets you keep these 1-landers so much better. We get to Witching Well and see if everything was okay. Everything was okay. Let's draw this mountain next. Probably won't bother keeping up the giant. I think we'll just drop. Probably just the Monitor. Yeah, let's drop the Monitor. Pass the turn. If they happen to stumble, then we get to attack in for 1. And then we'll drop Cauldron, hold up Giant, I suppose. Crystal Slipper. Okay. Opponent thinks they're going to be aggro, eh? Well, let's attack in for 1. Let's see if we can convince them to, like, play a card and equip the Slipper and do a whole bunch of stuff, and then we just blow up their creature. That's my plan. Definitely looking like a mono red aggro deck, though. Clockwork Servant. All right, well, it's not going to be hasty, but it's going to draw them a card. Good for them. Man, fires just every time. We just don't have the land this time. We are going to pass the turn, holding up Cauldron or Giant, as is appropriate. What you got? Don't be a 3/4. 4/1. Sure. Oops, it's dead. So we kill that. We block there. Nothing bad happens to us. Land? Yeah. All right, so let's Fires of Invention. And drop the Giant. Oops, nope. I want to cheat the giant out. There we go. Cheat the giant out, pass the turn. We get to draw 2 cards next turn off of Witching Well, which will be 3 cards total. Should give us a land. That'll let us visions. And yeah, we should be decent. Burning Yard Trainer, sure. No biggie. Gadwick, eh? Well, let's draw some cards. Let's see if we can find a 5th land. We don't. That's gross. Well, we will secret keeper, venture deeper them. And then Lock Dragon pitching Gadwick. Yeah, it's got to be Gadwick, just because we don't know when we're going to see that next island, and it's less good if you're not, you know, doing stuff with instant speed. Still no land, but we found Folio, which is stuff to do with our mana. We'll pass the turn. We're in block mode. Second Burning Yard. Yikes. Okay. Okay, so you got a 5/5, and you got a 3/3. And I assume you're going to make that 5/5 a 6/5? Because if you do, I'm double blocking and killing it. 100%. Barge in, barge in, barge in, barge in, barge in, barge in. I really desperately want them to not have barge in. We are going to try to eat this and block this and take 5. And barge in's not the worst in this setup. They have it though. Oh, red cap melee. Interesting, okay. That's fine. That's totally fine. Totally fine. Plus we have Scalding Cauldron up now to kill one of these 3/3s. Well, there's the land that I want, so we are definitely going to Visions for free. And then what? And then what? So we've got this to kill this. We've got this to block this. So I guess maybe we're just dropping this Secret Keeper to block this. Yeah, let's go Secret Keeper this turn. All right, so there's our 2 spells. So we'll pass the turn. We'll Scalding Cauldron. Boy, I think we actually do it now. No, if they had barge in, they would have used it. It gives them one more chance to draw barge in, but let's assume they won't. 2 cards in hand. Looks like they're flooding out pretty badly. Crystal Slipper up that, sure thing. Crystal Slipper, sure thing. Crystal Slipper up that, sure thing. I'll trade this Lock Dragon. We have another. So we block there, we kill this. And that looks like control of the board. Double Crystal Slipper is kind of scary. 3/3. 4/3. Sure. You got a 4/3. So we're going to So Tiny that, I think. Just to make it smaller. So yeah, let's So Tiny that. And then I think we'll Folio. Or do we just want to draw more cards? This is actually tricky. This is actually really tricky. Yeah, let's get the folio down. Folio down, and then on the end of their turn, we'll each draw 3 cards. Which maybe isn't good. Because we actually probably desperately don't want them to have cards, so maybe we won't do the folio plan just yet. Let's instead drop this Vandal. And let's draw a card, get a counter on that Vandal. And it looks like the damage plan is going to come into play now. Hey, we win. A lot of early concessions today. Wow, wow, there's a land chunk. All right. Well, there we go. Just hope the opponent floods out. I kind of like another corridor monitor in here. I think we can take out the folio plan. Secret Keepers still work as blockers really, really well against this deck, I think. Yeah. Let's do that. Draw well, hope things go our way, and we should be fine. Opponent's playing a 41 card deck, I just briefly saw. This seems okay. Red Cap Melee seems great in this matchup. Flashing in a Fairy Vandal seems equally great. Flooding out seems awesome. It's going to give us so much stuff to discard to our Lock Dragons. Wow, still nothing, eh? No 2-drop in your aggro deck. Well, let's pass the turn, see if we can kill something. If it's not worth killing, we Fairy Vandal. Might just be a Clockwork Servant. We would not melee that. It is just a Clockwork Servant, so we're going to drop this Fairy Vandal. More lands. Let's draw another land, shall we? Charmed Sleep. Cool. All right, so we'll pass the turn. I'm not greedy enough to double block here. I'm not greedy enough to block here. They can attack me for 2 all they want. You got it. Not in a million years am I blocking there. Raging Redcap, sure, you are going to try to suit that up. I guarantee you. So what we're going to do is bash in for 3. And then, yeah, let's Charm Sleep that. Utterly telegraphing the Red Cap Melee, but you know. I'll take 2 off that Red Cap if they don't want to put anything on it. Burning Yard Trainer, that's pretty cute. It gives what, +2/+2? Yeah, let's kill it now. So we'll take 3 off the Burning Yard Trainer, that's fine. As long as there's no lands in the top 5 cards of our deck or so. If there are, we're dead. So tiny. Well, let's go into blocking mode. Another Clockwork, sure thing. Nice amount of card draw. That is probably very helpful for them. All right, so you can attack in for 3. We will So Tiny that. And block with our Vandal, I suppose, which does walk us into a barge in, but we have to. They don't have it. Card draw, please, please, please. Opponent pauses on their end step, but why? But why? What you doing? Did you just not fully pass your turn? Are you thinking about something? You're gonna stomp that, eh? That's pretty smart. Pretty smart. Corridor Monitor is not really gonna do it. We're going to bash on in for 1, play the Monitor, untap the Tome Raider. And yeah, we need to draw something that's not a friggin' land. And better than a Corridor Monitor, but at least we can block. But they have so many cards in hand. And they've missed or opted not to play a land, which means they have nothing but gas. So I don't necessarily know how exactly we're going to get through this. I think we just die. Like, Fires is honestly a really bad top deck unless we then immediately draw an Unexplained Visions. You're coming in with a 1-3 and a 2-3. I will take 1. Okay, they do have Bargain in the deck. They finally used it. Bone Crusher Giant. Literally can't kill a single thing sitting on the battlefield. So let's just play it out. And I guess we'll trade Bone Crusher as well. No, we can take 4 off of this one turn. We'll eat a Clockwork Servant instead, I think. But I think we're just super boned here. We did not need that many lands. Oh, we're real dead. real dead. Crystal Slipper, This, I have to imagine, is somebody who listened to Limited Resources yesterday and heard that Mono Red is the best deck in the format, which I powerfully disagree with. Arena, sure. In the real world, absolutely not. Cool. 6, 7, 8, 9. Over half our lands, and we didn't even get through half of our deck. What was on top? Holy crap. One more. Okay. All right, so our deck was against us there. There was no way we were winning that in a million years. I don't hate an Embereth Shieldbreaker coming in. Well, no, maybe I do. The Slippers honestly aren't that big of a threat. We just need to not flood out. Go back in, don't flood. That's the plan. We'll play first. And this seems good. We get to keep some secrets. Get an 0-4 blocker nice and early. Ooh, get rid of a dragon and a red cap melee. Seems good. So I'm tempted to drop this Corridor Monitor this turn. Blocks better. It's an artifact to make Emery cheaper. Yeah, that is what we'll do. No early plays. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's bash in for 1. And then let's drop Emery. And I'm not afraid of a Haster, so we'll just play the Scavenger or the Secret Keeper over keeping up the melee. We mill. Wow, rude. All right, doesn't matter what we mill. Unexplained Visions, Charm Sleep, and a Fairy Vandal. Okay. All right, so they're going to drop a Bone Crusher Giant. We've got the melee for it, so that's fine. But we are basically out of cards. And really up against the wall here. Lock Dragon is nice. We are going to melee that. Take the 2. Get it off the board. Tack on in for 1. We'll drop the Tome Raider, draw ourselves a card. And I don't know what we're doing. I think we're all in on something. 1 Fairy Vandal gone already hurts. And our opponent is super consistent. They are not going to falter here. I will happily take 5. So tiny is very nice to see. So I think we are going to have to throw something away at some point here. Yeah, let's Gadwick for 1, which doesn't feel great. Mad Ratter. Okay. Fires of Invention could show up at any point now. But I think our opponent having that burn spell at that one moment really put us behind on tempo a bit too much. Drawing a land would be amazing because we could Mad Ratter hold up so tiny on their turn, tap something else down. Next turn, drop the Lock Dragon, get some rats, and really start going. So yeah, we're pretty heavily on draw a land. I think we are going to pull out... Do we pull out a combat spell here? Well, we're never returning a Merfolk Secret Keeper, right? We're never returning it, so it doesn't matter. So just throw it in front for this turn. And that'll be that. Our Secret Keepers are definitely single use only. Skullknocker Ogre, sure. Land? Not a land, but that's pretty cute. We are going to stomp this outside of combat so it can't barge in and save itself. And then we are going to fly in for 1. Pass the turn. We will so tiny that Skullknock Ogre. And then once again, hope for a land. Come on at me. All right, let's so tiny it. And also tap it. And then I am not going to put Gadwick in front of it because of a barge in. I'm going to put the Monitor in front. Oh, barge in would actually be really bad. Oh, our opponent doesn't realize what's going to happen here. This Ogre is going to be a negative 3/3. Or sorry, an 0/5. I did math wrong. But yeah, it's an 0/5 now. So they just turned on my So Tiny. I was really hoping for the Snap Concede there after that. But that was a waste of a spell. Red Cap Raiders, sure thing. So that's going to be a 4/3 that we might have to think about. All right, well, we get to Mad Ratter. And... There's no real reason to drop this island. I believe our only 5-drop is the Visions, which is gone. So we'll hold this up to throw it away to the Lock Dragon. And yeah, we will bash on in for... Honestly, we're not... Yeah, you know what? If they want to trade, I will 100% trade here. They do not. Because we're not really using Gadwick the way that Gadwick wants to be used. We're not casting counter spells or flashing in a whole bunch of stuff. We do have 3 So Tinies and tapping stuff on their turn. So if I could have gotten rid of that Red Cap Raiders there, I 100% would have. And if they want to tap their board to get in for 4, I'm pretty happy with that too. All right, time to start making rats. But I still think this is going to be pretty damn close. What you got? What you got? What you got? Thrill, throwing away a Slipper. Sure. Drawing a land. And a Fireborn Knight. Well, that's pretty gross. Let's not let that get trample, shall we? Fairy Vandal. I would like you to get a counter, but I really need some rats. So we're going to drop this dragon and tap that down. Get some rats. By throwing away this island, turning this island into a different kind of island, I assume. Sure did. Get some rats. Those rats are huge for us. Gadwick is definitely going to be looking to get rid of this fella, I think. We're going to keep this island up to throw away to the dragon. Yes, dragon is pretty vital at the moment. Gadwick. Yeah, Gadwick's going to have to get thrown away under that. A rat gets thrown away under that. So we are going to be attacking in for 1. Yeah, just for 1. And if we live through this next turn, I think we're in pretty good shape. Getting 2 more rats, plus a counter on the Vandal. That'll all be pretty big. I don't know if they have a way. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to give Fireborn Knight trample, because it's not human. Or sorry, it is human, which means barge in won't work. If they have Embercleave, we're just dead anyways, and we were dead from when the match started. But I think if we live, Joust, that's fine. Totally fine. Coming on in, eh? Well, I will absolutely... Actually, can we double blocking? No, because they can pump it. So yeah, we're going to throw 1 under there. And this has trample, which is annoying. Very annoying. We go to 5. I think I feel okay going to 5. Let's go to 5. Now, if we draw another land, we can Fairy Vandal and Bone Crusher Giant and loot or rummage. So we go to 5. They've only got 1 card in their hand. There's the other land. So we are going to drop that mountain, and we are going to drop Fairy Vandal. We're going to smack on in, rummage, get a counter and 2 rats into a So Tiny. Cool, cool, cool. And now I feel relatively confident about where we are. Nope, don't do that. Yes, let's deal this 3 damage. And let's drop this Bone Crusher Giant. And now things feel decent. It's a good board. They've only got the 1 trampler. They've only got 1 card in hand. I expect no attacks here. They're going for it. All right, so we are putting a rat in front of that. I'm confident that can't get trample. And we're going to go Giant Monitor. So that's 7. Yeah, that's 7 toughness. There's no trample getting through. This should definitely be dying. We could have thrown another rat underneath as well, I suppose. All right, got rid of that. Feels good, feels good. Only 1 card in hand. Feels good. Let's... I guess we're going to throw away the Secret Keeper. It blocks pretty well, but So Tiny technically blocks better. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We actually have Lethal, but I'm not confident that they have nothing in hand. So let's go 3, 4, 5, 6. Taken to 3. Throw away the Scavenger, drawing another Lock Dragon. Nice. Oh, 7 actually, taking to 2. And then, yeah, let's play another Lock Dragon. Don't rummage. Hold up that So Tiny. And we should have the game here. They definitely flooded pretty hard. 8 lands is way more than they'll ever have wanted to see in this deck. I guess I actually saw 10. Alright, they're dead 17,000 ways from Sunday. And they were probably dead there, but I want my 10th trophy. I want to go out on a trophy. There we go. 2-0, going on into the finals here. Loving this deck. We didn't even need Fires of Intervention that time. Intervention? Invention. It's got to be invention, right? Didn't even need it. So off into the finals we go. Try to get this trophy. Try to get to 10. I kind of haven't played much Throne or much MTGO over the holidays. So I think last time I played would have been last Spikey Saturday, and before that I think would have been the last Spikey Saturday. So not really going deep on the trophies anymore. I wish I had time. I wish I had time. Because, yeah, this league closes January 16th. That is not too far away. That is just under 2 weeks. So if you want your chance to play the second best draft format of all time, get in soon. I'm hoping to do my Throne of Eldraine post-mortem. I'd really like to get it up tomorrow. I don't know if I can. I don't have it quite written out yet, and obviously not recorded yet, and it's tricky to find the time to do that. But I've been enjoying doing the nightly updates and all those non-gameplay videos, so I'd like to keep that going. All right, we're going to play first. We have a hand that is acceptable. We'll keep. We're obviously going to need to find a couple of lands, but if we do, this Fairy Vandal is going to be huge. Opponent. Hello. Where are you? All right, so Island, flash in Vandal, go from there. Top decking Island Tome Raider would be Dece plus. Well, there's step 1. All right, so we'll flash in this Fairy Vandal on their end step. What you got? Order Midnight, sure. I'm not even going to do it on their end step. I'm going to do it in main phase 1. I'm not blocking, so I'll attack in for 1. Lock Dragon's going to start making that Vandal huge, but they are black, which means that Vandal may not live long. Black-red. Ooh. Aggro EA. I'm fine taking 2. We don't have to So Tiny that just yet. I'd rather So Tiny whatever this is. Ugh. I mean, I guess. We have so many So Tinies, this isn't the worst thing in the world. But if they drop a Sir Conrad on me to deny me my final trophy of the format, I'm going to be upset. All right. Lock Dragon. Rummage. Make the Vandal bigger. Make my Vandal grow. Ooh, Tomb Raider. All right, so let's fly on in for 2. Next turn might be Tomb Raider, hold up So Tiny. Tournament Ground, sure thing. Not actually a card I think you should play in any deck ever. It's just really not good. Bake into a pie my Fairy Vandal, sure. Seems reasonable. I will take 2. That's fine. We can turn this race around before long. Well, actually, we're winning the race at this point. Another Tome Raider, eh? I think I might actually turn one of those Tome Raiders into another card. Because it's a card either way, and a 1/1 isn't that exciting. So yeah, let's drop another Lock Dragon and pitch that Mountain. And now the race has super changed. Now they're on a 3-turn clock. 4-turn because of the food, I suppose. Man, food. What a mechanic that I never would have guessed was going to obliterate Magic, but it sure did. So we'll take 3. We are still well ahead here. I'm fine pitching both of these lands, I think. Attack with both. Yes, let's turn this island into a Skaldron. And let's turn this mountain into an island. Get in for 6, drop him to 9. And then let's just Skaldron that veteran. Get rid of that. You're going to fling it. Okay. That happened. Well, let's drop this island. Hold up the So Tiny. So this is a 3-0 deck, you're telling me. I don't think it is. I think we got paired with somebody who is 0-0 at the moment. So we're still just super winning this race. Let's just keep smashing. And I won't bother looting here because I'll just play that Tome Raider. Get in for 3, take him to 6. Drop the Tome Raider. Do I need this blue? No. Drop the Raider. We'll keep that mountain to rummage with, holding up this So Tiny. I still don't want to So Tiny that Order of Midnight. It's just not an actual threat. They crack their food, go up to 9. They are on a 3-turn clock. I am not So Tinying that. It's just not a threat. Land. Lost Legion. I think I'll So Tiny that. Also, where are these cards going? That is important. Show me bottom. Bottom. Do anything. Opponent, I'm going to have to ask you to please move the game state forward. All right, bottom. They did it. So yeah, let's just So Tiny that. Let's make sure this clock is not a thing that's happening. Bone Crusher Giant. Heck yeah. All right, so we'll bash on in for 4. We'll pitch this mountain. They're down to 1 card in hand. Yeah, we'll pass the turn. We'll Bone Crusher Giant this Order. Stop that from being a thing. We'll Charm Sleep whatever they play here on their following turn. You're going to Forever Young back your Inspiring Veteran, eh? That's cute. And then I bet you're going to play it, aren't you? You sure did. And I bet you're going to attack with your team, aren't you? You sure are. But then we're going to kill your Inspiring Veteran, and you're actually only going to do 2 damage. Good try, though. Good try. Good try. Secret Keeper, will certainly throw that away to the Lock Dragon. Or do we throw Gadwick away? No, they're not attacking on the ground. Let's throw away the Secret Keeper into another Secret Keeper. Okay, sure thing. All right, so let's take him to 1. And then, yeah, let's Charm Sleep the Order. Let's see some of their deck before they concede. Okay. They do indeed have Mr. Sir Conrad. And a Blacklands Paragon. Nice. All right, well, we should be fine here. For this game, future games, I hope they go exactly like this one. Because if Conrad hits the table, we're dead. So yeah. Let's not let the game go to turn 9. Shieldbreaker, I don't think saw any targets. Not that I can think of anyways. I think we probably want to get rid of the folio just because we're not doing Conrad, or because Conrad will hurt that aspect. Secret Keepers are still blockers, but I think I'm happy with another monitor coming in. Yeah, let's go with that. All right. If we win, we have a trophy. If we lose, we have another chance. So let's hope. Now, my opponent did see 2 Secret Keepers there at the very end. Makes me wonder if they'll do the 58 card special. They do not. They stick at 40. Let's hope we get this trophy. But I'd be happy with another 2-1. Less happy, but still happy. That is... Oh, damn it. So close, actually. We only need 2 lands. We need 2 lands in 4 draws. And then we can play anything thanks to the fires. 2 lands in the next 4 cards. Or sorry, 5 cards, right? Because we draw on turn 1, we draw on turn 2, we draw on turn 3, we draw on turn 4. No, 4 cards. That's a 62% chance. And if we go ahead 1 singular turn, 77% chance. 100% keep this hand. There's so much value here. And if we do hit a blue source at some point, we're not even going to die. That's not a blue source. It'll be very nice with a blue source. No 2-drop, please. I said please. Okay, that draws us cards. That draws us cards. Okay. Okay, show me an island. Skaldron, cute. Cute, cute, cute. No 3-drop would be great. Thank you. Island, thank you. Okay, well, Fires is happening next turn. So what am I most interested in doing here? I guess milling, hoping we luck out and hit Conrad and they're forever young. We hit Conrad. And let's drop the Cauldron. Pass the turn, so we get to Fires of Invention and drop something. Ooh, another Secret Keeper. We get to Fires and drop 1 thing. Which might be Charm Sleep on this Ogre Errant, to be honest. So Fires 100%. Although, honestly, that's just giving this double menace. That doesn't change anything. So a Secret Keeper would just block it. And possibly eat some removal. So the following turn, we have Scalding Cauldron up to kill something off, plus 2 casts. Mad Ratter into some draw spells like Tome Raider would really get things going. Killing my Cauldron? That's a little rude, but okay. Alright, the rats are going to start. They might have removal, which means we'll only get the 1 rat, but we've got the start. Black Lance Paragon, sure. All right, well, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Our opponent had a pretty damn good start. We still have a chance. Barely. We're at 8. So we've got a rat to block, a rat to block. Yeah, we're not in a great spot. So let's go Mad Ratter. Let's go Tome Raider. So we're actually going to have 4 blockers up. Pass the turn. Next turn's looking like Witching Well. Crack Witching Well. We do need that Stormfist Crusader gone. Alright, our opponent's deck actually looks a lot better. They shouldn't have these tournament grounds in there, but it does look a lot better. They're going to bake that, so there goes a huge part of our plan. Now, if they attack... Okay, they didn't attack with the Stormfist Crusader. That's smart. Alright, so we're definitely going to throw 2 under here, and we're going to chump here, I suppose. I'm pretty sure we're just super dead. This was pretty much unbeatable. Man, unfortunately, we're flush with lands and cards that we want to cast, and we can only do 2. Well. I guess we're going to Charmed Sleep the Errant. And drop a Secret Keeper to block the Swordmaster. Yeah, we needed that Mad Ratter to live. But our opponent just had the nut draw here. So let's go into game 3 and hope they don't do that. Come off it. This is if this deck is 2-0, this is definitely the worst deck I've ever seen in the finals. Claim the Firstborn? Are you kidding me? All right, let's take 4, go to 2. There's a lot of cards that shouldn't be in this person's deck. Foreboding Fruit Me for lethal. Rude. All right. Well, let's go back in. And let's hope they don't just draw out perfectly, I guess. Because, boy, it feels really bad losing to a Claim the Firstborn. All right, let's play first. Yep, I can work with that. I can super work with that. That is a Fires on 4. That is an early start with the Secret Keeper. Fixing our draws on 2. On 3, turning our opponent down a little bit. This is about as good a hand as we could have hoped. About as good as we could hope. All right, let's mill. Conrad. Mill. Conrad. We got rid of the Inspiring Veteran and Wintermore. Oh, this is not. This is not a deck I want to lose to. All right, no one drop. Perfect. We are going to drop that Secret Keeper. We're going to fix up our draw here. Find some stuff that's going to be great with this Fires. No and yes. All right. All right. That's not my favorite, but it might be okay. We're going to pass the turn, and we're going to drop Fairy Vandal. Ooh. End's so tiny, this. Okay. Okay. So it's so tiny that, because this is our last chance to flash in a so tiny. You're going to Boulder Rush it. Okay. I'll drop a Fairy Vandal. But I still won't block it. But I think they maybe just took their turn off. No, they still have more. They still have more. They're going to Alter Fate back their Inspiring Veteran. But they don't have white to cast it because I disagree with the way this deck has been built. We're going to drop this Fires. And then we're going to drop the Lock Dragon. And I don't think we're going to pitch that Charm Sleep. We actually really need it. But we are going to attack in for one. And then they might just be spending their turn dropping an Order of Midnight. Whereas we're going to spend our turn drawing cards, sleeping something, and maybe meleeing something. Well, now they've got their white. Good for them. Good for them. So there's that. Now this is a 1-3. Congrats. Player order. Sure. So we're going to red cap melee the Inspiring Veteran for sure. They're not going to attack, which is great. We are actually going to Witching Well on their turn so that this gets even bigger. We are going to attack in the air for 5. Because we are the ones who are in control here. We're going to discard this mountain, draw a card, make that bigger. Ooh. We are going to melee this. Make that not be alive anymore. Then we're going to cast this because I want to have 2 gigantic Fairy Vandals. Pass the turn. We'll draw our card. We will Witching Well to make both these Vandals even bigger. And this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. They're almost dead next turn. Actually, they will be dead next turn from the Stormfist Crusader. If they don't have removal, they're dead, and we have a trophy. Attack for 2, because why not? It would be foolish not to. I will not get greedy here and block. All right. Make my Vandals grow. Oh, they do have removal? They're going to fling it. Right. Oh my god, this deck is playing Fling too. We're still super okay here. We're still super good. Just like super good. We are going to Tome Raider. Just get a nice little blocker here. And a card to draw. We're going to bash on in for 6, take him to 5. Take him to 4 off the Stormfist. I would like to discard a card, and that card is Corridor Monitor, because I think our flyers are going to be better for getting that last bit of damage in. All right, so they're going to 5, 4, 3, 2. They're almost dead. We're going to drop the Cauldron so that we can just shoot this, or whatever needs to be shot. And I think we've got a trophy. I think we are trophied. Because, I mean, they're dead in the air. Even with one removal spell, they're dead in the air. Lost Legion for red. But they're not even going to draw it. No, they're dead. They're dead. GG's. Oh, land. Okay. I still don't know what you could have. You could have a red cap melee. Nope, we did it. We did it. We wrapped up Throne of Eldraine with a trophy. That deck was super fun. I know that people are still kind of down on Fires of Invention. Some people still haven't seen it work. There you go. That card is actually really good and limited. Don't pass it up. But yeah, that was Throne of Eldraine. I love this format. Like I said, it's my second favorite format of all time. Unstable is still number 1. Innistrad has dropped to number 3, 100%. Yeah, let me know what you've come to on this format. How did you kind of settle on it? I listened to the Limited Resources Sunset episode for it, and I'm shocked that we played the same format because they sounded like they played an entirely different format than I did. But yeah, let me know anything you want to know in the comments down below. As always, if you do have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me over on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. You can find me at patreon.com/ManaLeek if you want to become a financial backer. Help me out there. Work your way towards a ManaLeek playmat. Another one just went out yesterday. You get those when you hit $60 or more for your lifetime, whether that takes you 2 months or 75 months to get to, however long you're paying me. I guess at that point you'd be paying me like 66 cents or something a week, but anything is appreciated. You can go to inkedgaming.com/ManaLeek if you're going to make a purchase there to let them know that I sent you. They are fantastic. They do great custom playmats. They have non-custom playmats, dice bags, all kinds of stuff like that. And of course, the easiest way is like, share, subscribe. If you do have any questions, comments, or suggestions though, let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next.